Hello community, my name is George, I'm the community manager of Level Zero Extraction, and today I'm joined by Alex and Daniel as usual to talk about the upcoming open beta and changes that we have made to the game since the closed beta in March. Hello folks, what's up?
You're good. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm just, checking out the most recent issue of PC Gamer, where Level Zero is featured over here. I think you can see it, yeah. And yeah, just it's actually a great preview. It's a printed issue of PC Gamer. They made a preview for Level Zero. It's quite cool.
Yeah, now there's something you can show your mom.
Yeah. We actually have a copy in our office over here in the tiny build. Let's talk about general game changes and updates first. So first of all, we will add a bunch of new languages to the game. Ukrainian, French, German, Spanish, Brazilian, Portuguese, Japanese, Korean, and Chinese simplified. And also we'll cover more regions this time. We will add 3 new servers in US West, Asia East, and Australia East. Alex, could you take it away, please, from here? Let's talk about game optimization and what changes we have made to make the game perform better.
Yeah, so basically, we know, optimization was a pretty big issue from what we found during the closed beta test. And we put a lot of effort into that aspect. So we've optimized a lot of the VFX, we reworked them, we transferred or converted a lot of geometry into instances, which is a lot more optimized in terms of prop placement. Instead of just placing a bunch of props and copying them, just made them as instances, which gave us a little boost in terms of frames. And we reworked the character hair, which was a pretty significant bottleneck for frames. And from the recent internal tests, we just seen a pretty significant boost in the frames, and we hope that this time players will be able to enjoy the game as we have intended in terms of performance.
Yeah, I remember those afro haircuts causing a lot of issues in terms of FPS. Okay, Daniel, I know that we've added new tutorial blocks and also a certain system. Would you like to talk about that?
Sure. In terms of tutorial, we've added 2 major tutorials, one for humans, one for mercs, one for aliens. Those will cover the basic mechanics, how to use skills or items, what are your goals in the game, etc. So that will hopefully help the new players come into the game. Also, in terms of systems, one big merc system that we've added is contracts. So it's our first iteration of contracts. Players who already played in the closed play test may have seen it. We're also making it bigger and better. In open beta, we'll have around 40 contracts that traders will ask you to bring some items from the research facility back, and those contracts will be available for all the players at the same time. So they're not linear. They're let's say randomly assigned to the whole player base. So that will also help create those tense situations where the items in the contracts will be items that lots of players are after at a certain period of time. So that will create some PvP situations as well. So you can either complete the contract by finding an item in the location where it states it should be, or you can just kill someone who picked up the item and extract it yourself.
Cool.
We've also added, apart from a new thingy that we've added in the open beta after the closed play test, they will also be available on your holo map. So you'll be able to check in game what contracts are available right now, and we'll be improving the overall user experience of those contracts and the amount of those contracts later on after the open beta as well.
Yeah, and speaking of mercs and changes that we have done to this class, there's one very exciting change. We have increased the number of mercs in one session from 9 to 12. Actually, Alex, would you like to talk about the reason for that decision and what?
Yeah. Basically, we found out that players enjoy PvP. They want more PvP, and that was partially the reason why we decided to increase the amount of human players on the map. We still kept the monsters at 2, but yeah, we increased the humans by 3. So there's 3 more players now, up to 12 basically. And also a reason, that was also the reason why we decided to add more weapons and weapon modules to the game. So with the open beta now, we will introduce, I think, 5 new firearms. So there will be, well, I'm not gonna list them actually. You'll have to play to find that out. But yeah, 5 new realistic firearms. You might have seen them in the teaser trailers, and they will all have different spread, different aim speeds, reload speeds. So it's not just a model that changes the look of it, but they'll have their own characteristics. Some of them will be upgradable in terms of fire rate, and we also added the first iteration of the weapon AK system, so your weapons won't intersect walls now. Now, yeah, it's still a bit in the works, still a little buggy, but hopefully, yeah, it'll get better from this point on.
Yeah, this is all a work in progress, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And speaking about guns, so we've added a bunch of weapons that are, that you may or may not, find interesting in terms of naming. So if you see an unusual name as an English-speaking player, some weapons have Ukrainian names. For example, Maluk. This is one of the new weapons that we've added. Maluk means baby boy or baby girl, like baby from translating from Ukrainian. Yeah, it's a baby. I guess, if I remember correctly, it's noted in the descriptions of weapons, right, folks?
Yeah, it's noted that it's a Ukrainian invention. An Ukrainian invented, cool, made weapon.
Yeah, it's actually based on a real world weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and we have added a bunch of modules as well to be
more
able
scopes,
to be
more silencers. We're trying to add grip attachments, but can't promise that it will make it into the open beta. But soon after it will. So grip attachments, which will also affect the weapon characteristics and the way you aim and shoot them.
Yeah, right. Daniel, you mentioned some changes to the map and the way the map works, the whole map. And let's speak about some changes to the actual map and how it works.
Yeah,
for
sure.
The mercs.
If you'll enter the game in the open beta, you'll see that the way you interact with the map changed a lot. So in this new version, you will have the map a bit bigger on the screen, and you'll be able to interact with all of the signs on the map, and you will see tooltips giving you a bit more information about those points of interest or extraction points, etc. Also on the map, you will see, first of all, when an event happens on the map, and we'll talk a bit more about events later on. You'll be able to see those on the map when exactly they happen. You'll also notice that we've added all of the extraction points on the map and where they are currently. So that will hopefully help you navigate better in your environment. Apart from that, in other important merc changes, we've added a basic kit. So the basic kit, you'll be able to get items from it basically with no limits. Apart from that, you won't be able to get more items that it contains. So if you lost an item or two of the basic kit, you'll get those back. So that gives you a basic kit,
basic starting point. Yeah, so
basic starting point of the game. So you'll have a gun, you'll have an L gun to start with. You'll have ammo for it, you'll have flares, an axe, and glow sticks, if I remember correctly. And from there, we'll be able to also balance the amount of flares, for example, in the game. We've also reduced the amount of flares you'll be able to buy right now, so you can only barter them, the flares in the shop, and you'll get your starting flares from the basic kit. For mercs, we also added a hotbar for all of your items. So, like, if you press one of the buttons for the hotbar, you'll see all of the items that are there in the hotbars currently. And also, there's a lot of like balancing changes, a lot of quality of life changes that we won't discuss like right now, but you'll see them in the patch notes that are coming later on, closer to the dates of the beta.
Yeah, as soon as the open beta is live, we'll post those patch notes, like standard patch notes, to our Discord server, and you folks will be able to check them out. And speaking about these various changes, also remember that, guys, we changed the number of pockets and number of save slots to now 5 each. So you have 5 pockets, like quick slots, and 5 save slots, if I remember correctly. And also,
correct,
Daniel mentioned, also, Daniel mentioned the place markers, right? So this is also available for the drone. When you spawn as a drone, you can place markers on the map, and it will be seen by your mercs who are still alive in that match.
Yeah, like we'll improve the drone map later on as well. So there will be a basic version in open beta, and we'll start improving that from there.
Yeah, right. Okay, I think it's time to speak about aliens, and there's so much that we have in store for you folks here. And starting with redesigned alias energy system, Daniel, I think you are a guru at that, so please tell us what's in store.
Yeah, I'm working on aliens, so I know everything about it. Let's start. There's a lot of changes if you compare to the open beta. First of all, I could state that we've seen that players are enjoying playing aliens, and a lot of players are enjoying playing specifically aliens, without getting into merc side of things.
Alien main
at all. Yeah, alien mains, and we respect that, and we understand that it's one of the core features of level 0. If you compare us to other extraction shooters, and we want to focus on that, and we want to improve that aspect of the game. So we'll treat aliens as close to equals to mercs, as close as possible. Doesn't mean that we'll make a competitive game out of it, but we want to give both roles equal chances of winning. So first of all, what we've changed is the cooldown energy system. So you still have the energy bar. You still need to collect eggs to increase the size of that bar. That might change as well later on. But for the open, I'm speaking of open beta. What you'll see in the open beta, you'll still need to get energy, but also apart from energy limits, you have cooldowns. So you're not able to use certain abilities twice
in a row.
You'll have a cooldown for them, bigger cooldown for more strong abilities like EMP or Scream Wave. And by that we're also, it allows us to a bit better balance how we want the aliens to use their abilities. Do we want to create some combos of abilities, or do we want certain abilities to have bigger energy caps, so you're not able to follow EMP with a Scream Wave with a second between them.
Right.
Also, the UI changed a lot in aliens, and the way how you interact with the skills. So previously you had to select the skill and then use it with the right mouse button. Currently we've binded skills to certain keys or mouse for slam spits. So you should be much quicker at using those abilities once you memorize where those are. We're also adding a new skill, Acid Cloud. Acid Cloud has several usages. It will have a big cooldown and big energy cost, relatively big, let's say more than slam spit. It first of all allows you to zone the mercs. So when you press the Acid Cloud, it throws an explosive egg that upon impact creates an Acid Cloud that first slows enemies that are inside of that Acid Cloud. Second, deals damage to them periodically. And third, it creates it's a gas cloud.
Yeah, like a
so
barrier,
you're
basically.
not able, like a visual barrier,
Between
let's say.
players,
So
so
Okay, so it
can
obstructs
help
the
you
vision
to-
of mercs, right?
yeah.
But
It
you as an
obstructs,
alien can see through it. Is that correct?
no, it's the
Alright.
same. Like
But
we are
everyone,
actually
right?
the vision
thinking
is-
about making them to see through it. It was discussed
Okay.
actually, yeah. So it might be an
But
option.
we'll see. In the open beta, you don't.
Yeah.
But like you're able to, use it to escape. You're able to use it to zone mercs. You're able to throw it in the corridor before you to change your position to go into a different room. So we're very interested to see how players, will use that new ability.
Yeah.
And
speaking
how
about
it
damage,
balance the game.
sorry, Daniel. Speaking about damage, is it damage over time? And if you exit the cloud, does the damage
Yeah,
continue
it only deals damage when you're in the cloud. So it's
Okay.
like periodic damage when you're inside. Apart from that, we've also added damage to Slime Spit, so you don't have a ranged ability, let's say, but like the cooldown of Slime Spit increases. Like it's much longer now. You'll see the actual cooldown in the patch notes because things still might change. But overall, since we've reduced the amount of flares that people are able to bring into the lobby, and it will like remove that boring phase where it's just like a resources race. Let's say when mercs use flares and aliens spit them, and then it repeats for as long as you have flares. So hopefully that will improve.
And this also this ability will change. It will work differently in terms of like execution. If you saw our posts on Twitter or Discord, we have teased that. But essentially, what it does, how you use the spit is you hold down your right mouse button, and then when you release it, you spit. It will now have a reticle on the screen, so you will be able to aim. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think the longer you hold down your right mouse button, the longer
the more
the
accurate
distance that your
spit.
spit travels.
Yeah.
More
Okay.
accurate,
And further
the
away.
accuracy.
travels further, and the speed increases.
Yep.
So the distance increases as well.
Yep.
Okay. Right.
Basically, if you'll just stop Slime Spit like once, you'll just spit somewhere
Randomly,
like,
yeah.
close to you
On your legs.
and random, at
I mean,
the
on
random
your feet.
direction. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like AWP, no scope,
Yeah.
something like that. While running.
Right. So Screamwave
also-
is next, right?
Go ahead. Yeah, there are some changes for Screamwave. Like one issue that we've noticed and we want to improve is that solo players, solo mercs, currently have like very low chances. Like you'll need to be very skilled. You need to have a lot of resources to overcome aliens, but then still their abilities make it so that you can be locked out of your actions, so they'll just kill you. So we're trying to improve that aspect of the game. So solo mercs will have more solo perks, like if you might see in the closed playtest if you've played the closed playtest. And for instance, Screamwave will now increase its duration based on the amount of mercs it hits, up to 3. So like if you only hit 1 merc, then the duration will be like shorter. And that's just one of the changes we want to introduce in the open beta and after the open beta to to increase the chances of the solo mercs against 2 aliens. So we're not building something like imbalanced, hopefully, but at least we want to give solo players some chances of fighting the aliens.
Yeah, that's a
without
great approach. I've been
lots
playing
of
solo.
frustration.
Right. I've been playing like solo mercs for for a couple of weeks now during some close playtests that we had, and I enjoyed because for me especially when you play as a solo merc, when you play solo, it just adds so much to the tension and to the horror element of the game, in my opinion.
I agree with you. It's
agree.
my favorite way as well. It's the best
Yeah.
way to experience the game is to play solo.
Right.
It's fun in teams, but yeah,
You
it's
can
a
say
horror
that,
game.
yeah. Yeah, indeed.
And one additional thing for Screamwave for aliens, there will be visual feedback when you hit the target. So like you know that it affects them. It makes it a bit easier to understand like what's going on. Additional change for EMP. EMP will now disable flashlights. If you have seen, the EMP radius like increases through time. So like on melee range, like basically it goes from the alien to the sides. So if you're farther away from the aliens, you still have a chance to disable your electric devices for it not to
Get
not to be
affected
affected
by
by
that,
EMP. Two small yet big changes for aliens is that both Alien Trap X and Alien Energy X, they won't be affected by light damage. So like mercs will need to destroy those, find and destroy those. Also
like physically
to
destroy.
Yes, by bullets or melee weapons, or by just like for Energy X by pressing F. And the Alien Trap X will now have longer duration because of that, of course, and they will make some sound that you're able to hear as a merc if you're in complete silence. And yeah, there are going to be a lot of balance changes for aliens as well that you'll see in the patch notes, because we've seen some frustrations that alien players had. They will want to balance it out. I'm not saying that we're trying to make the aliens stronger than mercs. We just want the aliens to be stronger and to have full chances against mercs.
Yeah, gotta give them some love, Right. Speaking about map changes, let's get to that interesting topic, folks. So we've got plenty new things to talk about here, and yeah, Alex, take it away from here, because here, we see
quite a bit.
Just a lot of exciting features.
Basically, the main point is that we have added interactive events now to the map, and points of interest to promote player encounters and some PvP. And basically, there will be, so to say, missions to do or things to do as you roam around, besides completing the contracts from your traders. So one thing that we have added is the airdrop. Basically, at a certain random point during the game round, there will be an airdrop that spawns in the middle, in the crevice between the two sections of the research facility, and it lands in one of the predefined points. And once it is landed, players will be able to rush towards it and loot it. And usually there will be some kind of a high tier loot, either like weapons or expensive stuff, basically. And as it lands, it will appear on the map, and other players will be able to see it. So this is the way it will promote more player encounters. There's also an alarm crate that spawns in the map. It's a similar idea, but it's already spawned from the very beginning of the round, so players won't have to wait. Unlike with the airdrop, they can just rush towards it and loot it. But as they activate it again, it will notify other players that, hey, somebody is trying to activate that alarm crate, and players will just try to rush it if they would like to. And monsters as well. They might be able to see it and sense it with their alien vision.
So essentially, the difference between the alarm crate and the airdrop is that the airdrop will stay until the end of that specific match, right? And the alarm crate
yes,
will
like
be
with the airdrop,
for...
you don't know when it appears, but with the alarm crate, you always know where it is. It's right there from the beginning. You just have to activate it, and it takes a certain amount of time. Again, it's just a balance question, but let's say a minute, 2 minutes until it opens up. And as that time goes, then you'll have to either defend the area or just stay around if you want to loot it, and you don't want other players to steal the loot from the crate.
Can't wait to see.
To add to that, like it's in a warehouse, and we've changed the layouts like a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have a bit more entrances for the aliens that are trying to ruin Merc's day. That are trying to
for those who remember that warehouse,
crate.
the big warehouse. We've also added laptops that, again, they spawn randomly on the map, and they have specific data. So there was this always question that people ask, like, why are we here? What do we do in that facility? We're like, are we just looting screwdrivers and hammers and stuff? But now there is a purpose. So yeah, they can loot specific research data from those laptops, and they can sell that data and extract with that data and sell it to obtain a lot more money as they do so. And then again, that takes time. You have to defend the laptop as you are around it, and I think we did cover that in the previous devlog. And other players will be notified again when somebody activates a laptop. So again, players can rush towards that point of interest, and hopefully there will be some interesting PvP encounters there. And lastly, we've added the new enemy type. So now there is this enemy called the mutated, or the mutants. So those are mutated workers of the research facility, and they are a bit blind, but they do hear quite well. So they react to sounds, and yeah, basically you will have to be a bit careful and silent when you try to walk past them and sneak past them, but at the same time, the monsters, the aliens, they can spit to grab those mutated attention to walk towards a specific point. So if an alien plays well, he can actually get the mutated's attention to follow a specific point towards players.
Yeah, I was about to talk about that because I think there's just a lot of new, exciting tactics for the aliens to deal with mercs.
To utilize that.
Because you can lure the mutants towards mercs.
Yeah, it's even same with the turrets. For those of you who played and remember, you can spit and lure the turret to look at a specific direction, and same way it works for the mutated as well. And they won't be too overpowered. You'll be able to kill them, but I guess the main way will be using melee weapons. But you can still shoot them quite easily.
Or coordinated headshots.
Yeah, or coordinated headshots. Yeah, and they will have some loot that spawns within them as well, some stuff. So there's that. And lastly, again, we reduced some minor balancing around the map. We reduced the amount of mines, and since we've added the mutated now, we removed a few roaming turrets from the facility, so it won't be overwhelming with a bunch of things that want to kill you at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. Since we have mutants now, we have plenty of dangers for mercs to look out for.
We also reduced the damage that mines do. So
yes,
all of those memes with people exploding in one room
won't be insta-killed, hopefully. Yeah, and then like I said, keep in mind this is all a work in progress. So the mutated, especially, it's the first iteration of the AI into the game, and from this point it will only get better and improved, and there will be new mutated types. So some of them will have different clothing that they wear. Some of them will be maybe laying around on the ground, and once you pass them by, then they will jump on you or something like that. So yeah.
Always be careful on level 0.
Yeah,
you've got to be on your toes all the time. Speaking about data transfer and laptops, Alex, I've just had a cool idea that if you extract some data from a laptop, it would be actually great to potentially add some lore, information bits here and there.
Yeah, for sure.
Players to enjoy
it's
that. Because,
another good point. Yeah.
They have started to ask more and more about the future lore of the game and what they can learn about the world.
Yeah, I really want to introduce it as well. There's we've written quite a bit about it, but we still haven't had a chance to introduce the lore. But hopefully very, very soon. Yeah.
No. That's definitely something we're gonna work on during the early access phase. So keep an eye on that, folks. Daniel? Sorry, I interrupted you, I think.
No. That's it. yeah, cool that the community, you know, creates a lore while we haven't you know, shown the lore yet.
Right. No, the community has been
hopefully-
amazing, and they're just so excited about the open beta. And I hope, guys, that you enjoy the open beta. I'm addressing the players now, because we're gonna have it up for about a week, maybe extended. You know,
no
for a couple
promises.
days. But yeah, I'm just so excited about that, and I can't wait to play Level Zero like every day and play it more. Anyways, folks, thank you so much, Daniel and Alex. The full list of changes that we are preparing for you folks will be posted on our Discord server. Feel free to become a member. Yeah, and see you soon, and take care.